Good morning, it's Leah. I woke up this morning and I had an email from one of the people who has taken my advanced training letting me know that another member of our community who's taken the advanced training, who's in all of my communities, who's in fact coming with me next month on a retreat that I'm hosting in Italy, has been in a terrible accident. And my heart is just broken for her and her family as she struggles for her life. And as I went on my walk this morning, I was thinking about how these are the moments that, everything becomes very crystal clear and sharp and focused, and what are your priorities and where are you spending your time. But it also reminded me that as much as we have these moments that are crystal clear and have such compassion and thoughts for things like this that happen or around the world. I mean, look at what's happening around the world. So much suffering. So many people are suffering. How do you just continue on with all the everyday things? I was thinking back when I got divorced. Those first few weeks, months, I don't even know how long it was, were really, really, really dark. And I still had to get up every single day and make my kids breakfast and put their shows on and read them stories and do all the things just to continue on. And there is this duality that we have in life, that there are some things that we have great amounts of compassion, empathy, and sorrow and pain. And then there's the other half, which is the hope and the light and even just the everyday, mundane, routine things, which I think can fall into that hope and light category, because it's a privilege to wake up and do the mundane and the routine. Every single moment is a privilege, whether it is this aha, life-changing moment, whether we are suffering or having challenges in our life, or whether we're just making breakfast and putting the garbage out. All those mundane things are blessings. And as I went on my walk, I was thinking, how do I hear news like this, which really is heartbreaking? And I am somebody who I believe in miracles. I have seen so many miracles in my life, not only personally, but professionally, just incredible stories of human resilience and what people go through. So I definitely am, praying and hoping for a miracle for this client. But I was also thinking, well, how do I hear news like that and still be stressing out about the things that I'm stressed out about? Because yesterday I sat down to do some work. I have a new, I guess it's a product, shall we say, that I am getting so excited to put out to my communities. It is something that is near and dear to my heart, and I'm excited to share it. But in order for me to share it, I have to do some behind the scenes work. And that behind the scenes work requires a lot of tech, which required me to make modifications to my website and create all sorts of things that I've never done before. And I had some help. Somebody helped me set up some of it, but I have to complete it. And yesterday, as I was sitting there on my porch, this is my outside office in the summer months, and I was following videos, and I was step-by-step guidelines, and I could feel myself, like the frustration level was just rising. I have lots of stories and lots of proof that tech is not my friend. And the more I get dysregulated, the more these old stories surface. And I found myself, I rise to frustration, and the frustration is, I can't do this. Why do I have to do this? This is so dumb. Why did I start this? And then it quickly heads into shutdown. Oh, there's lots of drilling. I hope you can't hear that. In my outside office, we have lots of drilling. Quickly heads down to shutdown. And when I get into shutdown mode, especially around something like this, I head into victim mode. And victim mode is, why is nobody helping me? Why is this so much easier for everybody else? And, when I'm in that victim mode, I am searching for that rescuer. I've done a podcast episode, you can go check it out, called the Dreaded Drama Triangle. It is a concept from like the 80s. Oh, I wish I could remember who it was. It's certainly not my concept, but it's called the Dreaded Drama Triangle, where when we're victims, we're always looking, who's the villain in the story, and then we're looking for a rescuer. And, Tech is my villain in the story. And my rescuer, I'm like desperately looking for a rescuer. And when I am in that dysregulated state, my potential rescuers end up turning into villains because they're not rescuing me. It was even what I said to my husband, like, why aren't you helping me? When I just had to realize I have to quote unquote rescue myself. And like, what's the urgency? Like, I'm excited to get this out to my community. I'm so excited to get this out. I've been working on this a long time. I think it was when my expectations didn't meet reality. I expected to get this out in June. And I expected my website to just go super smoothly. And I expected yesterday to sit down and get this done in a couple hours. And here I am still today, not able to do it. So when my expectations don't meet my reality, that's when you end up suffering. But I'm putting my expectations out there. And what exactly is my reality? My reality is these deadlines that I put on myself. So I felt the tears coming up yesterday. I felt the overwhelm. I felt the shutdown. I felt the victim. And then I just shut my computer and I just walked away. Because sometimes for me, I have the tendency, no, I got to get it done. I got to push through. If I, waiting is not going to make a difference. If I don't know it now, I'll never know it. But I am learning that my nervous system often just needs space. It needs a reset. It needs a break. So I shut it down. I put it away for the night. I went for my evening walk, talked to my kids, had dinner, we watched a show. And this morning I felt like this renewed energy. Okay, I'm going to go at this again. And, a little bit more in the context of there's no rush. It's not like anybody knows I'm even doing this, that I have this deadline for myself. And then when I hear about my client this morning, it came up again, like how silly you are, Leah, for, having so much drama about your everyday stuff when this is going on. And as much as this is so important and so dear to my heart, as are so many other things that people are suffering with and struggles. But in my world, my needs, my capacity, my nervous system is all I really know. And the biggest gift that I can give to those around me is to learn how to regulate myself. I know for my client who is struggling for her life right now, this work was so important to her, so dear to her. It was life-changing for her. And what can I do to honor her aside from, sending thoughts and prayers and fasting and doing whatever I can for her, is to keep doing this work, is to learn about my own system so I can share insights with you about your system so that you can have an experience that will ripple down to others. That is the importance of regulating your own nervous system, not just for yourself, but because it does impact all the people around you. It impacts the generations moving forward. It allows you to have compassion for the big things and to have the capacity to do the things we just need to do as humans to get by in everyday life. No matter what happens that's big around the world, like we need to make dinners and we tuck our children in and we have daily tasks that we want to do. Not everything is a priority, and it helps us, I think, reshift our priorities and helps us think about what is most important. But as humans, we have to hold both. We have to hold the big and the small. And all of it impacts our nervous system. And that's why the most important thing we can do is learning how to regulate our nervous system. Lots of rambling again today, but I guess this is what these diaries are. This is just sort of my unfiltered spewing off. Hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully it's helpful. I am so grateful for those of you who have reached out and said that this is helpful. It inspires me. to continue to share, even though it sort of feels very vulnerable. I think, oh, people are going to see inside my messy brain. But I bet your brain is just as messy too. So anyhow, have a great day.